You ever just wake up and think, oh man, I can't wait to read the Wikipedia article on fruit cultivars?
The world's been transformed into a big apple.
When I was a kid, I used to always want to save the seeds from my apples. I thought, if I could take an apple seed and plant it in my backyard, soon I'll have an apple tree, and then I'll have as many apples as I want. Oh. But it turns out there was another problem. Some of you might be thinking about GMO seeds. Now, if you haven't heard of this, some companies genetically modify their plants to make sure that the seeds they produce are actually sterile. This means that if you plant them, you don't get any baby plants. Well, this sucks. But that's not even the biggest problem. This is where it gets crazy, right? You guys remember studying genetics in middle school? Remember all those Punnett squares? Turns out, apple genetics doesn't work like human genetics. It's so much more complicated. If two humans make a baby, the genetics of the baby is, for the most part, a combination of the two parents. If two apples make a baby, if you plant an apple tree, which two apple trees do the genes come from? Okay, it turns out that this varies by apple cultivar, but that doesn't even matter because of one thing. Apples are what we call extreme heterozygotes. You just learned a new vocab word. Extreme heterozygotes means that apples planted from seeds are actually nothing like their parents. The genetics are almost completely random. A lot of scientists say this is to help protect them from pests, but unfortunately what this means is that if you plant an apple tree, the apples you're going to get are probably very bad. So wait, if apple seeds make apples that taste bad, how do we get apples that taste good? Well, to answer that, we'll have to ask Dr. Frankenstein. What if you were growing an apple seedling, like a brand new randomly generated apple tree, and then you took a twig from a tasty apple tree, and then you just kinda, I don't know, taped them together? That wouldn't work, right? Right?
Not right.
Oh, come on, it was that easy? So technically, this technique is called grafting, and what it means is that the apples produced by the new Frankenstein apple tree are actually exact clones of the original tree that the cutting came from. This is crazy, right? It means that the apples in our grocery stores that we know and love are exact clones of the same apple tree going back for decades. Okay, so all that means is that I need a cutting from a nice apple tree, and then in 6 to 8 years I can have my own apples, right? Right?
Not right. Not well.
Oh, come on! Man, it's been so long I forgot what the video title was. So yes, legally speaking, most apples are protected by either patent or trademark. This means that my options for growing my own apples are somewhat limited unless I want to get sued. I partially understand the reason for this. I mean, it must have taken a lot of trial and error to get the exact right genes that make apples taste just right. On the other hand, I'm of the mind that information should be free, especially if it's the genetic information that tells a baby apple tree how to make apples for my apple pie. I mean, then again, I could always roll the dice, right? And wait 8 years.
While all the world makes money so stoically, I will be building a home out of poetry. Scraps of old volumes, wire and glue will be something though feeble. It's all I can do in the back of the room. My fingers will shake with the fury of someone with something to make that will take him so far, far away from this place that he'll never look back at all the worms and the snakes, and they'll lick at my heels, but they aren't even real. I will twirl and I'll wheel through the skyway, high over the steeple, and I'll take you with me, and we'll grow old and lovely. We'll eat fine apples from the tree of now.